Good evening and welcome to the first round of Contest of Speed No Assist Crossplay tier. And as you can see, a very familiar Spa-Francorchamps as the drivers begin to pair set up. And we are only got 12 drivers due to 5 people actually not turning up in the last 15 minutes of the stream starting. However, we do have a very good 12 drivers. Some people we already know who race within the PlayStation tiers. Fruitful being one of them. We've got a couple of PC drivers. We've got Acid and Adam Rocco. Some very, very good drivers, very familiar with the WR or PSGL. Joining me will be Ginger Cals, if I can just send him an invite. Welcome in Texas Tornado. We are going to be getting underway here in qualifying very, very shortly, as the timer has already begun. Let's get the map on the go. We are just getting ready. These drivers are yet to come out. Angelos Fletos, welcome in. As you can see, not many drivers out on track currently. Please let me know if the volumes are okay. This is the first time we have gone live here at Contest of Speed Crossplay. It does look like Adam Rocco is going to be the first one out. He is in the Mercedes. Yep. The Italian, Adam Rocco. Welcome in, Danny Matt. First time in the chat. It does look like Ginger Cals is having some difficulty, so not to worry there. But here we go, coming to the top of Radeon. And for the first time, Adam Rocco does brushing off, just brushing a little bit of the tyre wall off. There we go. So a couple of drivers out. I think what we're going to do is we're going to send another invite to Ginger Cals. Hopefully he can get in. I'm not really too sure who's the driver to beat in this division. We have scouted long and hard. Obviously, I think Adam Rocco is F7 in PSGL, possibly F6. Elliot Noren, who is in the Red Bull, he is F5, I think. So, could be quite the competitive tier. As I said previously, 5 drivers in the last 15 minutes prior to this starting did actually turn around, so they couldn't actually make tonight. So that's very disappointing to hear. However, Adam Rocco in the Mercedes, about to go here at Spa-Francorchamps as he crosses the line, heading down towards Turn 1, La Source, 3rd gear. 90 degree. All the way up down towards Rouge. Famous Rouge Radeon combination corners in Sector 1 here. Absolutely love to see it. Down the Kennel Straight. Hug the left hand side. And that'll really open up the Lacombe chicane. Sides again topped in on that curve on the inside, so that's interesting. Watch out for that one. For now, it's looking a neat and tidy lap from Adam Rocco. As he comes through Boyan, does he stay in 8th? No, he dropped down to 7th. Didn't look like the quickest through there, so just finding his feet on his banker lap. Very aggressive over the curves 8, and this is where you need to do. Oh, I thought you might have slightly invalidated there. He did get a little bit of oversteer there. As he comes through the quick right-hander. I think it's Stavolo too. If somebody wants to let me know what that corner is actually called as you come through Blanchimont. And down into the final bus stop chicane. And this is going to be an okay banker. I think Adam will admit that himself. It's not his best lap, but a 43.1. It's certainly got him on the board for now. Let's go to Fruitful as he's coming through. Final bus stop. Nico Kibi as Fruitful goes first with a 42.792. And there's quite some difference between him and P2 right now. As let's go on board with Alexander Alves, better known as ERT Alex. And the Brazilian, I'm pretty sure he's Brazilian at least. He's coming up to the bus stop chicane, driving the Alpine. And what can he do as he sets his first lap? Lucas Buddy goes fifth, but Alexander Alves goes fourth, 43.7. So there is quite a difference between the top four. Let's not forget these all no assist drivers. As Flexi puts himself into third, 43.1. He's right there with Adam Rocco.
Really not much separating the two.
Oh, you're back in.
Yep, I'm all back.
Welcome in. Did you get back into the lobby?
Yeah, I managed to get back into the lobby.
Excellent. I actually didn't realise you were here, mate. So
I mean, I only just managed to start getting it working. Like, as soon as the race started and everything started, internet gone, out the window.
Yeah. Oh, that's okay. That's fine. Welcome in. Ginger Cals has finally made it. Assols hasn't been able to set a banker lap. Ginger Cals. Let's just talk about the track. What, in terms of, how iconic is this track around the F1 calendar, and is it a driver's favourite?
I would say so, especially on the DRS zone at the top of the Eau Rouge. Like, you can get so many positions just from staying behind the driver just in front, up Eau Rouge, and just get all the momentum into the straight.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what I love about this particular circuit in general is certainly the last sort of sector where someone will send it on the inside, but also you've got the opportunity to send it around the outside, which will turn it into the inside. So it's definitely a circuit where you can be more aggressive in the final few corners, and that's what I love. I think that's why, maybe not in real life, but certainly online, you see a lot of moves certainly done into the bus stop. It really depends on your driving style, but yeah, such a lovely circuit to drive.
Yeah, it could really bring out a lot of interesting and exciting battles.
There we are then, on board with the Red Bull driver, Elliot Norrin. Almost certainly the #1 driver in Team Red Bull. He partners Ecos Adge, who only recently actually switched to no assist. He actually does a lot of racing here in Contest of Speed. I think he races Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and now a Friday. So yeah, he's one of those drivers who just loves to race, and he's almost certainly going to be improving as the season goes on. So watch out for him. I don't think he's going to be much of a threat today. However, his teammate is definitely looking good. He's had some steady results in recent weeks in other leagues, and he's just gone purple through the middle sector. Let's have a look if that'll stick as he approaches one of the most iconic corners in the F1 calendar. That's, of course, Blanchimont. And Elliot Norrin, let's see what he can do. This is going to be a banker. It's going to be quite a late bank. He's got time for another one. Elliot Norrin coming up to the finish line right now. Puts in a 42.9. That's a solid banker right there, Ginger Cals.
Yeah, that is a very good time. Straight up into P2, front row start. I reckon that's a great place to be.
Yeah, well, we've seen it in the chat earlier. We were talking about potentially mid 42s to low 42s. So, Yeah, well, let's see. I mean, doing it in practice is one thing, and doing it in qualifying is quite another. Bryson GRC, another person who has only recently switched to no assists. So it's good to see these drivers willing to try and remove those assists, and certainly going into future games, they can, it opens up so many more leagues, doesn't it, by running no assists.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to learn less assist, but I'm struggling just with medium traction. I don't know how you people are driving.
Let's get off that awful audio. Okay, so Bryson puts it into P7. Let's go on board with PW Jones. New to Contest of Speed. Is a driver on a Tuesday night. I think you've raced him a couple of times, Carls. And yeah, he's, again, somebody who's new to no assists. But he's reserving for today. Potentially looking at a full-time seat. So he's in the Ferrari. So I'm going to cheer on for PW Jones, because who doesn't want to see Ferrari up there?
Well, any other fan.
I mean, there's, you're either a Ferrari fan or you just love to see them not do well. So,
I mean, if you want to take real life for an example, they're not exactly doing the greatest, or didn't exactly do the greatest.
Any more of that, and I will definitely remove you from this commentary booth. I will not have that on the stream. Thank you very much.
Guess I better watch my mouth now.
Yeah, absolutely. PW Jones coming up through the Sector 3 now. Just over 6 minutes to go. And say right now, being in the pit lane it looks like Elliott, Flexi, they're quite comfortable with their first laps. We got PW Jones just about to finish his lap. We were going to go on board with Assols after PW Jones finishes his lap, because he is coming through the back end of Sector 2.
QRT still hasn't left the pit yet.
Yeah, it's an interesting strategy. I just wonder why. I mean, surely you'd like to get a banker on board just to find your rhythm.
Apparently not for him.
Well, it's interesting that Adam Rocco is, he's done the one lap. He hasn't really, he's out now, but is he going to just abort it and pop in? Because I'm not sure he's got enough time, as Assols goes second. That's a 42.813, and that is a hell of a banker. Let's go on board with, Adam Rocco. He's coming up through Lake Om. He's 2.4 seconds down now, so he's definitely aborting this lap. I don't see why he would go again. He's definitely got time to go back into the pit lane, put on a new set of boots, and pretty much just assess what he does. Alexander Alves has invalidated Carls. So who is... I mean, obviously, Joe's hasn't set a lap time, but is there anyone there that is, for you, out of position, shall I say?
I don't really know enough about the drivers to say if they look out of position, but I don't know. I think it all comes down to the race, really. I think qualifying is one thing, but the race is something else. A lot of things can happen in just a race.
Absolutely. Well, Fruitful's gone for a spin of some sort, so we'll definitely not be completing this lap. And it's probably a good time. I think the majority of people who are on track will be visiting the... was Adams at a moment there? Yeah, I say they'll all be trundling back to the pit lane and essentially getting ready for the final runs in qualifying. So, Nico Kibi, he is the only one on Xbox here tonight. We did have 3 or 4 actually booked in to race. However, several haven't been able to make it. But he's really showing that he's got some decent pace.
He's taking one for the Xbox team.
Absolutely. Don't discount him. I mean, they're all, apart from maybe some of the guys who are only recently switched off the assists, I mean, it could be anybody's race. And that was certainly the idea behind sort of getting these drivers involved in the league. Yeah, so it's going to be interesting. Who's out of the pit? It did look like a Red Bull. That could be Ecos Edge. In fact, it is. He's going to be the first one out. This seems a bit early. Not sure how much the track is going to improve.
Everyone seems to be making their way out now, though.
I suppose the good thing about going out now is you can pretty much do the warm-up lap how you please. Obviously, you don't have to smash the tyre life. And, of course, Adge has now got track position. He shouldn't get any sort of delays, if you like. He shouldn't be held up.
Got clean air as well.
Yeah, exactly. So it's going to be Adge, who's going to be the first to start his final run. Then it's going to be Flexi, and we've got a couple of Ferraris. But Adge for now, I mean, he's a second behind P10. I'm expecting this grid to get a lot closer here.
Yeah, I mean, and QRT still hasn't opted to come out. Don't know if he's even here.
Well, he's certainly here. He's in the lobby, but yeah, I'm not really sure. He's left the
He
session.
just left the session.
Let me send him another invite.
Might be having internet issues. Like
Yeah, that definitely could be an issue. So we go then. Do you want to run us through a lap of Spa-Francorchamps?
I don't have the track knowledge for this.
Alright, here we go. Well, coming down towards Simon, the sauce. And it's third gear for Adge. And he's gone off the track there. I'm surprised he hasn't invalidated, to be honest. But either way, here we go. Up towards Rouge and Radion. Love this sector. And you can see just above, the clouds are coming in. I wonder if we're going to get some rain in the race. The DRS, of course, is open. Looking ahead now, you're looking at towards Le Com, break around the 65-meter marker. And he, unlike Adam, decides to take a bit of that right side curb. So it just shows you different drivers, different styles. As we come across, is it Bruxelles? I think that corner, Bruxelles. And of course, the famous No Name, which has the name No Name. You gotta love that. And through Poya now, 7th gear, quick upshift, back up to 8th. And it's not looking the neatest from Adge. Definitely looks like someone who is new to the no assist concept, but he's doing well. Let's have a look at his sector 2 time. He's found a couple of attempts, so it's not all doom and gloom, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough to improve unless he completely backed out. I mean, look behind him. He's got a Flexi right behind him. This is, it just shows you the difference in pace between the two. As we come down towards the bus stop, I wonder if Flexi will be getting a bit of slipstream. As Adge comes through the final bus stop chicane. And that's going to put him still P11, and Flexi goes up to P4. What does Fruitful do? He goes quickest, 42.6. Who is next? Is it going to be... No, it's not going to be him. And it's not going to be Bryson either. Could it be Elliot Norren? Yes, it is. Elliot Norren. Currently P3. He's only got to find a 10th and a bit, and he should jump to the front row. And in fact, Elliot Norren goes fastest with a 42.3. What can ASOLs do? As he's coming up, he's only half a 10th up. He's coming through the final few corners. And again, he's got to find a couple of attempts. Is he going to do it? Not quite for now. Nico Kibi doesn't improve, and that will be qualifying over Elliot Norrin, 42.3, and he has knocked that out of the park, Cuz.
Yeah, that's a great time, you know, low 142. I think for P1 as well, it's almost perfect for him as things stand currently. Fruitful's now got some catching up to do as he was 3 attempts behind.
Yeah, 3 attempts behind. I mean, 3 attempts. That's around any track, 3 attempts is massive. But I didn't expect Elliot to be that much clear. Certainly around a track like Spa-Francorchamps. I mean, it's a great lap. Assols and Adam, I think, will be fairly satisfied with that. I mean, perhaps they could have gone a little bit quicker. And Nico Kibi, P6. Alexander Alves, PW Jones, Bryson, Lucas Bud, Ecos Adge, and QRT Joes.
I didn't see QRT rejoin, so I'm not sure if he's having issues.
Yeah, I don't know. There's not really any explanation in chat, so yeah, I'm not sure if we're gonna get him in. Don't forget there is no formation lap.
Oh God, I'm in the race.
Just all right. Okay, so just drive around and retire in the pit lane.
Yeah, I'll retire.
Don't retire on pit. Don't retire on track.
Okay.
Okay, so here we go. Yeah, no formation lap. Obviously, we had a few issues. Reported from Tuesday that basically some people were getting tire temperatures and some weren't. So the crossplay admins have disabled the formation lap feature. So we will be going straight to 5 red lights. I will do the lap around. You just pop yourself into the pit lane and retire. And we have got only 10 seconds to go for the start of the Belgium Grand Prix. We have lost QRT Joes by the look of it. It could be potentially internet connections. And it's going to be Elliot who's going to start on pole position here for the Belgium Grand Prix. Contest of speed, cross-play tier, no assist. 5 red lights are out and away we go. And it looks like Fruitful has got the better start between the front row. And he's going to hug it around the outside going into La Source. He's going to do a switchback. Elliot Norrin completely outbroke himself. And look at Alsos, he's got the run on Elliot. No, he hasn't. Elliot is coming back. We've got a yellow flag, sector 1. That is Kelsey's having a moment. And Elliot is looking at the back of Fruitful coming down the com. And of course, DRS not enabled for a couple of laps yet, but it does look like Fruitful has got the better start. And Elliot down to P2. Judge Carl's disqualified. So we got a yellow flag. What the hell happened there?
I got stuck on the curb.
Right. So it's neutralified the race. We should be getting going now any second. No crashes, no incidents. But Elliot Norrin down to P2. Yeah, just next time when you rejoin, mate, just make sure you press spectate.
Yeah, I was probably more stressing the fact that it had started and I wasn't there and I forgot to press.
Yeah, it's okay, mate. Just for next time, yeah. So we are at lap 1. It's well, good thing is there's been no collisions, no contact. And there we go. We are under green conditions. And Assol's initially it looked like he had a good start. And I want to go on board with Flexi because he has really caught these nap, and he's going to send it down the inside, going into the bus stop chicane. And that is a beautiful move there. And he's made that one stick for now. Send it right down the inside. Fruitful first lap. Fastest lap, of course. Great start from the Ferrari man. Cals, Nice to see all 12 drivers still going. Actually, Adam Rocco is in the pit lane. He must have been caught in something.
Yeah, he's got front wing change, so it looks like he picked up a bit of damage.
Yeah, such a shame for Adam. I know he's racing tonight. He's practicing essentially for his race tomorrow, if you like. And yeah, it hasn't really gone the way he wanted it. Alexander Alves up to P6. I think he's up 1 position. So let's have a look at the changes. Ecos Adge is the big winner. He's up 3. Adam Rocco down 8, of course, but he has pitted. And yeah, what to say, really? A very clean start. Flexi, I'm a little bit surprised Flexi's pace early on. I don't really know much about the driver. I say I don't really know much about most of them because they've been recruited sort of the last couple of weeks. But yeah, it's a close battle at the front, and right now it doesn't look like Fruitful is the quickest driver out on track.
I'm sure Elliot will be hoping to get right on the back of Fruitful to get back into the P1.
Absolutely. And say these front 3 are bringing Sols and Nico along, as well as Alexander. Bryson just falling off ever so slightly as Elliot sets the quickest lap, a 47.7 already. And yeah, you can see it looks like Fruitful has gone a bit deeper to the source, and on the exit, Flexi losing the rear end, and Elliot Norrin surely gonna make a move down the Camel Straight, and we might have a new leader here. Good run there from Elliot, and they have lost Flexi a little bit. Here comes Elliot Norrin, DRS open, and this is gonna be a straightforward move, and the Red Bull will take P1 for now. So Ecos Adge has got past Bryson. Oh, little contact. Ecos Adge is round. A little bit of contact, and we got Fruitful. He's on the side as well. So a little bit of carnage on lap 3 already. QRT Joe's obviously not in the race. Fruitful just needs to be careful. He is on those hard tyres, but they're slightly overheating. And for now, he's down to P9. I don't know. Did you see what happened there?
No, I didn't. I was watching Elliot. I didn't see a thing, and I had no idea if they picked up any damage either. I guess we'll find out in a little bit if they go in the pit.
So Elliot, I say Elliot looked like the quickest driver out on track. He's now got a 1.6 lead because Fruitful was the stop gap there. Flexi doing well in P3. Nico in P4, doing solid so far. PW Jones, he's got about the closest battle with Lucas Budd, who in turn is equally as close to Bryson. And look at Fruitful Coot. Fruitful Coot. Well, you won't actually know him as Fruitful Coot. I'm going back, like 6 or 7 seasons in the PlayStation, and he's made a move past his teammate, and he's already looking at Lucas Budd.
He's definitely trying to get back to position.
Absolutely, he's got a much better line there through Radion, and this is going to be easy pickings. Nicely done from the driver. That's him back up to P7, and he's got Bryson just ahead. He won't be happy. He won't be happy having lost them positions after doing all the work at the start. He had the jump, and essentially just give it. Sols has closed the gap to Elliot somewhat.
Not enough to really challenge for the position. No DRS zone.
No, 1.3, it was 1.6. It's actually jumping quite significantly now. It's 1.5 then 1.4. So this could, it could be just as simple as, a Sol's setup working in a certain sector of the track and Elliot concentrating more on straight line perhaps.
Yeah. could be he just had a better sector. I mean, again, like you said, the setup.
There we are. So we've got the... oh my God, it's a bit of a lock up there from Alexander Alves on... And then he went into the back of Nico Kibi. Or is it CB, I should say. I think I'm going to go with CB.
Alexander Alves a little bit wide there.
Absolutely, and Fruitful's just got past Bryson. But at a time where Bryson's realistically going to get the DRS and should be an easy pass back. So I'm a little bit surprised Fruitful has decided that that was the moment for an overtake. Can Bryson, has he got the straight line speed to get past the Ferrari? Well, no is the answer because the Ferrari's absolutely gone. So both Alpines, you got to say, are doing quite a decent job here.
Fruitful's got a big gap now to go to the next Alpine though.
Yeah, he certainly has, but I also feel like he potentially has the pace advantage on these drivers. And if Alexander Alves and Nico begin to battle, well, that's exactly what the Ferrari driver wants.
He may also have the strategy advantage. I'm not sure what the strategies consisting of. Most people do seem to be on hards though. Yeah,
they're all on the same tyre, so it's not really... I mean, I suppose he could, he could sort of box a lap earlier or something like that, but there won't be a huge difference between strategies. And Fruitful, yeah, it's down to 3.9, so it's been a good lap. And Flexi actually still battling away with Assaults. Still, well, just about keeping in that DRS. He's it's got to be under 1 second, remember. And it's sort of flirting with it, isn't it? He's sort of desperately trying to keep in that. He should get the DRS this time. And he does. Nothing doing here. Let's go on board with PW Jones because he is right on the back of Lucas Budd. Coming up Radion, you can see it. It's surely going to be an easy overtake, but look at... I was going to say there's an overtake going in the background, but that's, of course, AI versus a driver. And PW Jones is right back amongst it, up to P8. Ecos Adge is going to be coming back to these drivers as well.
Adam still in no man's land, unfortunately.
Yeah, he is, but... He doesn't, well, I mean, he probably does have to pit, but he's definitely going to come out ahead of them when they do decide to pit.
But then, is it really worth it with the tyre wear?
Well, that's another story. I mean, he might just try to get to the end and have some sort of battles, but, he might decide to go long and hope for a safety car and then chuck on a set of another mediums or softs. But he's... with only 13 drivers or whatever, 12 drivers, he's realistically could still be looking at some points.
Especially because we're not even halfway through the race.
Yeah, absolutely. 6 laps
long
through.
Way,
it's a long, although only 22 laps, of course, it is an extremely long Grand Prix. As Alexander now is as close, if not as close as he's ever been to the back of the Alpha. Yeah, this is going to be another pretty straightforward overtake. The gap between Elliott in P1 and Assaults is now 1.2. It was 1.9 just a lap and a half ago. It's an intriguing strategy or game of chess between them. As Alexander gets past. And Nico doesn't really fight it. He knows his chance will come to come back at it. And let's go on board with P2 because I don't know if you're aware, but he is now within the DRS.
Yeah, he may be looking for an overtake on Elliott here. Well, not specifically on this corner, but maybe this lap or next lap, depending on the exits he gets through these corners.
We are a bit wide there on the exit. Adam Rocco, I think, has just been involved in a spin or some sort. He's just gone green at Bruxelles. Do you know what? I actually don't know if that's the name of the corner, but it's something like that.
Near enough is good enough.
Yeah, it's just kind of guessing at this point. Yeah, 1.1 seconds, and Flexi. I mean, Flexi's just hanging in there, isn't he? Right now, he's not really losing ground to P2, but he's sort of being carried along here.
I mean, a podium finish is still a good finish anyway, if he can keep this up. Although a DRS train has started between the top three.
Yeah, absolutely. And let's look at Fruitful as well, because, you know, he's only 1.6 behind P5 now, so he's definitely got the pace there. Fruitful's still on for a P4 here. I don't think a podium is realistic if there's no safety car. But a P4, having dropped to P9, I think he'd be really pleased with that.
Yeah, I reckon that'd be a good result.
Elliot Noren's just gone well wide there.
Could be a good three-way battle here for P1 between P1, P2, and P2.
We are. Alan Rocker's had another moment of riding on Rouge. Tell you what, looking at these lines that Elliot Noren's taking, it's so close to just being over the limit, isn't it? You know, in terms of warnings or penalties, and it just really shows you that you've just got to be on the absolute limit here.
Yeah, I mean, go big or go home.
Absolutely. And let's go to, as Adam's had another moment at No Name.
He's not having a great
Yeah, he's not having the greatest of times. I think we're probably in for a pit lane entry and a quick retirement, in all truth. Elliot Noren, well, literally just spoke about it being on the limit, and he's gone over that limit once too many times. Fruitful had a moment coming out of the bus stop. In fact, lost a couple of attempts, and that's probably ruined his chances of getting past Alex on this occasion.
Maybe next lap, we might get him then. Although he's still gaining and gaining on him.
Oh, is he going to send it? He's going to send it.
Oh.
Oh, he's going to send it, and Alex has kept the position. The question is, was it fair? Well, that might be one for the stewards. Who knows?
He's putting the pressure on Alexander there.
Yeah, he certainly is, and I think Alex is feeling it because he's starting to lose a bit of time to Nico. And effectively, when you're in that position of Alex, what you do is you begin to defend fresh air.
There we go.
There's a yellow flag. Yeah, and there we go. Well, he's lost it, and well, this is probably what the race needed. In all truth, it's going to be a set of mediums to the end. Don't worry, Adam. Cheers for racing, man. It's all good.
Or could they maybe even experiment with a two-stop?
Nah, it's not worth it with a two-stop. I think because you're going to have 2 or 3 laps under the safety car. You're probably better off just stretching it on the one stop straight to a set of mediums. I mean, it's not an ideal situation now for Elliot because he's one of the only front runners to have a penalty, and of course, with the field being so close, he's just going to lose position. So this is going to be an important stint now for Elliot.
Yeah, he'll want a good start here to get away from the rest of the pack. Just he needs those 3 seconds to be as little damage as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. There we go then. I mean, this will bring the likes of, you know, PW Jones, Bryson, Alexander into it. I think Alex has actually picked up a penalty the last lap. Fruitful Coupe did actually get through past Alex. I just wonder if that was through double stacking or anything like that, because I didn't see Fruitful actually make the pass.
It could have simply just been better turn-ins.
Elliot first, Asol second, Flexi third, Nico CB in fourth. And we mentioned, well, certainly I mentioned about Fruitful not being able to get a podium. Well, now that's gone right out the window, isn't it? I mean, he's right there and no penalties.
Yeah, he's got a very good chance now that the whole grid is packed up, because as you said earlier on, he's got the pace to get higher up in the position, so he could easily even maybe challenge for first place. All depends how the battles up ahead go.
Absolutely. Well, Elliot's got P1 for now, and yeah, look at the Alpines in sixth and seventh. So they're having a steady race. Ferrari 5th and 8th, Red Bull 1st and 9th. And I mean, the team doing the best is, you gotta say it, it's Alfa Romeo 2nd and 4th. Maybe not points wise, but certainly as a team they're both performing. I just wonder if ASOS has got the pace of Elliot here, because it did seem to fluctuate, didn't it, between the two. As Ginger Cals has left the session, so his internet not holding up too great.
Nope, internet's gone again.
Oh, lovely. Let me send you another invite. Carls, where the hell are you? There we go. So it's yep, he's back. Neutrified the race. Who for you, Carls, is gonna win this race?
I think it'll either be Elliot or ASOS. Actually,
I'm gonna go for Fruitful. I just think,
yeah.
I know Elliot got pole by 3 attempts, but in the race, I don't know.
And those 3 seconds might kill him.
Yeah.
That might ruin it a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, I say, when Fruitful was leading the race, I felt like he wasn't the quickest driver, and I felt Elliot had more pace. But that 3 seconds for Elliot, I think, is really going to harm him.
Yeah, and I mean,
so it should be the lap that we get going. Lap 11 of 22. Welcome in, minions. How you doing, boss? Safety car is in this lap. Doing great now. Mr. High Profile himself. Welcome in, dude. Yeah, so we are back under green conditions. However, Elliot will control the pace. He will begin to get some heat into those medium tyres. Can the tyres last 11 laps? Well, I think so. Let's go on board with a sauce. When will Elliot go? And the safety car is already in the pit lane. It does look like Elliott has now decided to go for it, and in fact, it's not a bad start for Assault or Flexi. It's a well calculated start. So we'll look at Bryson as he's looking close to his teammate. His teammate's fallen behind a little bit. Let's go back on board with Fruitful because he's looking closer to Nico than anyone else is. And the Ferrari man gets a better ride coming out of Radion, and that is him past. Look at the Ferrari of PW Jones. Is he having a sniff at the gearbox of Bryson GRC coming into Lake Com? No is the answer to that one. I just wonder, will we see team tactics between the two Alpines? We've certainly got something to discuss. Both are on PC, of course, so possibly in the same party. And, yep, already Elliott is a second ahead of Sols. And actually, Flexi and Assos have exchanged positions. So what happened there? Did Assos make a mistake? 3 seconds in, because Elliott is actually just in another league right now.
Elliott could pull the gap that he needs to secure maybe not P1, but just a podium.
Yeah, he could, but the problem is, if he's binning off his energy right now, this isn't a track where you want to be low. There isn't like many heavy braking zones, as Flexi has gone off the track a little bit. Yeah, there's not many heavy braking zones, meaning it's hard to harvest your energy, and if you come up against somebody who's particularly good, you can't overtake, you can't defend, you can't really do nothing.
But from what I can see, though, he does seem to be fluctuating between the 60 and 70% battery range. So he might just have enough to pull it off.
Yeah, definitely 60 or 70%. I was, 1.5. Oh, no! Elliott has picked up his second 3-second penalty. He is definitely not going to win this race. He's now got 6 seconds. Flexi in P2 has now picked up 3 seconds. So Assault and Fruitful effectively are P1 and P2 with Nico CB possibly the final man on the podium. So it's all changed just by those 2 little penalties, and it just shows you keeping it clean on any track definitely is the way to go. And Elliott has spun around at Poyon. He's got on the curb, and Elliott is now out of the running as Ginger Carls spectacularly leaves the session yet again.
Where's the internet when you need it?
Yeah, where is it? I don't know, but I'd be looking at your connection for sure, because that's quite shocking. Yeah, Assault's P2 now, and Flexi got a penalty. I mean, he's looked good, Assault. He's looked steady. He's looked relatively quick, decent qualifying. As Flexi is. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that's a quicker route or not, but well, it doesn't look like it because he's just lost at 7th. So we got a yellow flag. That is who's had a moment there? Bryson GRC. He's had a moment, but I mean, QRT Joe's definitely won't be getting a point here, Carl. So he'll be almost certainly disqualified. So Bryson, provided he completes 90% of the race, he will pick up a point. Down to Lake Com, lap 14 of 22. You've got the fast approaching Alfa Romeo. You've got Fruitful in P3, just eyeing up a move. I don't want to call it between Assault and Fruitful. I don't know who's faster. Don't know who's the one to beat. Flexi doing a great job here. Nico CB as well. Let's not discount him. Let's chuck him in there as well. It could be a double Alfa Romeo podium. I'm sure Elliott won't be too happy with his mistake. He's at the pace. He's at the pace, and he should be right at the front here.
But then pace isn't everything.
Well,
it comes down to consistency.
Absolutely, and I don't think we're going to wait too long before he makes his first move, because his teammate is surely going to just wave him by and say, go on, have a crack, son. Yeah, there we are, team orders. A nice switcheroo there at Red Bull. And Elliott now looks towards P6. Fruitful is having a look at the back of Assaults. I don't. Cal's lap 15. Who is your favourite? I mean, Fruitful might have a double overtake here. He might get the Alfa Romeo, and he might get the Williams as well. We might have a double overtake here. Is the Ferrari man's going to make it move down into Lecom? Double overtake. Not on this occasion. He waits till the next round. I was expecting a nice little double overtake there. Fruitful. He's got the wisdom. He's very street smart. Is Fruitful. He's been around for several years, racing in competitive leagues. For now, he just wants to do it one at a time.
Yeah, I'd say that is probably the wiser move. You don't want to risk too much, since you could be taking home the win here. So I think that's a good call from his end.
Yeah, definitely could be. Definitely could be. You'd have to say right now it is literally. We got a spinner at the back. That looks like Lucas Budd has had a moment, and Poyon yet again victim for another one. Fruitful is just half a second behind as we approach the final few laps of this Grand Prix. Despite only having 12 drivers, it must be said, these guys have, oh my god, bit of a moment there, and that's allowing Flixie just to get on the back of the Ferrari. For now, Fruitful lives another day. 8 tenths of a second, it just shows you how much he lost. He's lost 4 tenths of a second there to the Alfa Romeo. And he will be able to claw that back, of course. DRS at the top of the hill.
It all comes down to composure and nerves.
Yeah, I mean, I've only briefly heard of Assaults, but I know he's a very capable driver. I think he's sort of PSGL T6, tier 6 or something. But then on the flip side of that, you've got his Fruitful, who is PSGL F4 on the PlayStation side. So it's, in terms of standard, it's probably not too far apart. And this could very much be a David versus Goliath battle.
Very well could be.
Yeah, which Italian team is going to... is it Italian? Alfa Romeo? Yeah, I think they, of course they are. Yeah. Which Italian team's going to win?
I think
have we got rain? I couldn't help it. Oh, we got a couple of drops of rain here at Spa-Francorchamps. And this is definitely another twist in the tail. We're going from dry conditions to at least a little bit of wet weather. Whether or not it's going to be enough that they have to go onto the intermediate tyre.
This is where it could make or break.
Absolutely. And, well, we weren't expecting any sort of mixed conditions, but we're going to get them. And that's what I love about the dynamic weather system, is you just don't know. And this is such a long track, Carl, that by the time these drivers come towards the pit lane, it could be already time for intermediates.
Yeah, very well could be. It's they've got to call the shots now and deal with whatever comes out of it.
I'm going to call it. I think it's going to be time to stick on a set of inters. I mean, already I feel like the drivers are struggling with the braking. As Assaults gets a 3-second penalty, is that a sign that he can't just brake where he wants to? And there's already a yellow flag. Ecos Adj has retired. That's a yellow flag. It's a safety car, and surely I mean, what do you do? Surely it's going to have to be a box for intermediate tyres, and this is going to bring Nico Seebe right into it.
Could this be a surprise win?
Well, I mean, first things first, do you stay out on intermediate? Well, do you stay out on medium tyres? Do you box for softs? Or do you box for intermediates? I mean, 2 laps into the safety car. I mean, around here, you've really got to be on the right tyre. If it's dry conditions, you've got to be on, you know. This is a tight one.
It's such a hard.
This is a tough call. Looking at the weather, I'd be tempted to pit for a set of inters. I would. I know it's not inter conditions right now, but if the weather comes down, you want to be on the inters.
Yeah, I reckon that.
And they're
could
boxing.
Be the wise choice.
And they're boxing. Yeah, I'm not surprised.
But that could be saving quite a few people's races.
Yeah, which tyre? I mean, it is the inter. It is the inter. This doesn't surprise me, Carl. I mean, it's around here. You just don't want to be on the wrong tyre, do you?
Yeah, and you especially don't want to risk it either. Otherwise, I mean, if you're maybe in the lower part of the table, then maybe you might want to give it a risk. But if you're up in the podium places, you want to go as safe as possible, just so you can potentially keep that podium.
I mean, this is going to bring all kind of results. I mean, look at the amount of drivers that have got penalties. I mean, you've got P9 and P10 who haven't got penalties. QRT Joes will be disqualified anyway. So his results going to be irrelevant. Fruitful, all he has to do is keep it on the track, and he's got the victory here.
But the key word there is if he keeps it on the track. Rainy conditions are very hard to deal with.
Absolutely. I mean, Elliot, for all his troubles, is he's on the medium tyre. He's taking a gamble here. He's the only one to stay out.
I mean, why not?
I mean, yeah. I mean, he's got nothing to lose. I mean, we haven't had the disabled warning yet, so it means, well, usually means that the medium tyre or the slick tyre is certainly usable. Oh, and I take it back. And you'll have to be careful with a rejoin there. And we don't want to get any, yeah. And if there's a sign that, yeah, I think Elliot will have to box here.
Yeah, maybe the Inters were the best option.
Yeah, well, I mean, the safety car, is it going to pull in here? If it doesn't, he'll almost certainly have to pit. But it's going to be a late. I mean, I expected them, because they've been bunched up quite long here. I mean, it's staying out for one more lap. So Elliot's surely deciding to pit for intermediates here. He's got absolutely no merit to stay out in the medium tyre.
Overtaking will be difficult as well because no more DRS.
Oh, and he's actually spun in the pit lane.
Now he's not having a break.
Lucas has had enough. Well, he's picked up a 5-second penalty actually. So he's on the intermediate. Lucas has picked up a 5-second penalty. Elliot has a 6-second penalty. Let's have a look at the tyre graphic. So he tried it, and essentially it didn't work. There we are. Assault's. Here's P1 for now. We're going to have 3 laps of running on intermediates. And we were saying, weren't we, Cal, that just because of the length of the track, I mean, 1 lap here it could easily go from dry to wet conditions.
Yeah, easily. Who would have thought this would be the end to the race?
Absolutely. I mean, Nico in P5, I don't know how he'll feel about P5 on track. I mean, regardless, he's run a decent race, hasn't he? And obviously the penalty situation helps him, but...
Yeah, I reckon he should take all the positives out of this. I wonder how the restart will go, especially with the rainy conditions as well. I wonder if there might be a few spins, a few mess-ups.
Yeah, possibly.
That could change the order in a matter of a corner.
Yeah, well, I don't expect Fruitful to be too close to a source to begin with, because he doesn't need to, he doesn't need to risk the win. He doesn't need to risk potential damage, anything like that. He's got the win. I don't want to say guaranteed, because of course you can get warnings and penalties removed, but I think what he's best off doing is getting the first lap out of the way and then sort of plan his approach. But it's going to be difficult. No DRS around here. It's certainly going to be difficult to overtake.
Yeah, especially because there's no slipstream up at the top of a Rouge.
Oh, he's gone. There we are, and I think Fruitful had to basically put on the brakes to avoid the race leader. And is there going to be collision? No, there isn't. There's room given. It's fair enough. I don't think there was anything too harsh in that. Watch out for Alexander. He lifted a little bit on the exit there. So it's Fruitful in P2, Nico in P5. Elliot's got past the ghosted car. And these are conditions where you can easily pick up a penalty and an unwarranted warning, as Salsa's gone for that wide approach. Just allows Fruitful to have a look at the inside for now. Lap 20 of 22, Cal. Who has been your driver of the day so far?
I would personally say Fruitful. I mean, he had to climb all of those positions back up to get back up into the top, into podium positions, from being all the way down in, I think it was 9th, 6th roughly, where he fell down to, and just through consistent driving he's managed to get all those positions back.
Yeah, he's definitely been amongst it. I mean, I don't think when he was in P9 he would have thought about potentially winning this race, but that's exactly where he is. And yeah, he's had quite the race, hasn't he? As PW Jones picks up a penalty, so that's going to further dampen his spirits. And you can see just how deep they're going into the bus stop chicane there. Everyone missing their braking point because, they haven't been racing in these conditions, so it's all very new to them. They're just finding out where the braking points are. And yeah, I think what we're seeing now is Fruitful just basically being smart with his racecraft. He's not trying anything too much. He's just getting, yeah, he's just getting over the line, isn't he, as such?
Although he might have the run to get some sort of move done here.
Nice, see that behind it. I say without DRS around here it's a difficult overtake.
I mean, on most tracks anyway, in wet conditions, it's difficult to overtake, let alone at Spa.
Yeah, essentially what you're going to get is you're going to get drivers using their ERS at the same point of the track. And yeah, it kind of neutralises the race a little bit, the rain. I'm not particularly... I mean, I love a mixed conditions, but the rain does kind of bring no action.
But then there's always that possibility of spinning because it's harder to get the grip on the track.
I'm going to go on board with Elliot because he is right on the back of the Ferrari of PW Jones. And in fact, he needs to be careful. Despite being the quicker driver, potentially, it is up to him to pass cleanly, as he does. And I think that was a case of Paul basically allowing him through. He is a reserve. He doesn't want to get amongst too much action as Elliott decides to send it. A little bit of connection with Nico. And Nico doesn't need to fight this. He's got penalties on his side.
Yeah, that could have gone a lot worse.
Yeah, definitely good. Oh, there's a tap from the back of the Ferrari. In fact, I think the Ferrari helped Elliott take the corner.
Yeah, he indeed did.
And now we've got a side-by-side through Radion. Actually, no, sorry, it was a Rouge, but no, we haven't, because Paul has decided that he is going to back out of it. Yeah, I think Elliott, here comes Elliott on Nico CB. And, is that going to be the Red Bull man through? No, Nico defends cleanly. This is beautiful. And Nico... Oh, my days!
What a save.
Yeah, what a save indeed. This is insane stuff. I think Elliott's having a bit of fun out there. I'm not sure if these guys are fighting too hard or there's boundaries being overstepped, but I tell you what, that was definitely a brown trouser moment.
100%. Maybe even a yellow and brown trouser moment.
Yeah, but both, I mean, to be fair, both did so well. I mean, you can just see the confidence, Elliott, you can see he's the more confident driver in these conditions. Right now, he's having a snap there, just does ever so well to keep it on track. But we're going to go to our race leader. He's not going to get the win due to penalties, but he's going to surely cross the line first. Fruitful is going to take the win with no penalties. Congratulations to Fruitful. ASOS drove a great race, but it's the Ferrari who's going to cross the line as the winner. Flexi will pick up P3 in the end, and Nico CB, with that battle and with Elliott, Cals, he did not pick up a podium, but I think with a P4, he'll be fairly pleased with that one.
Yeah, I mean, any top 5 position, I'd reckon, is a pat on the back, especially with the wet and hard conditions at the very end of the race.
Absolutely, yeah. So the first round, I mean, obviously some disappointment before the start of the race, but I mean, these guys didn't let up, did they? They certainly put on show at certain points of the Grand Prix. Ferrari on the top step, Fruitful, absolutely love that. And there we go. Elliott with the fastest lap of 45.2. Fruitful takes the win. Assos P2 and Flexi in P3. Nico P4. I think Nico's got to be pleased with that. He's come from P6 to P4.
No penalties. Kept it clean.
Yeah, exactly. That little tap from Elliott, I think, just cost him a podium potentially. But there we go. That is the first result of the crossplay. Just going to check what is on the calendar next week. What is it? I think it's Hungary. It's Hungary. So we're going to the Hungaroring. I particularly like that track, especially if you're on a wheel. That's such a wheel track. So yeah, looking forward to that. Cals, look forward to seeing you next week. Obviously, hopefully we get a bit more. I mean, despite having 33 drivers, yeah, the numbers weren't too great tonight. But look forward to next week. Hungary, round 2. Final recap on tonight. And of course for next week.
Yeah, can't wait.
Yeah. So thanks for watching, guys. This will be, of course, uploaded to YouTube. Of course, get yourself onto Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok, where we will be posting clips from the action across the week. We will see you on Monday for EU3. Yeah, that'll